Hey guys, Psychic here, and welcome back to another episode of K Factory with me. Hello, and I did some more decorating as per usual, because we were talking about Gaia at some point. So I made a little area, I expanded it. I will teleport over there because that will be much easier. Also, fun fact. So, you know how these flowers grow when you run by them? I had to put string. I had to replace these several times because I kept running by and these would grow, and then this doesn't work with the tall flowers. But anyway, I expanded around a little bit. This took quite a while because I have a plan of how I want this to look in the long run, but I have a lot of grass, and this is where I'm planning on putting the Gaia fight, and I believe it should be enough room, and if it's not, I'm gonna cry. Because I measured it out, because Gaia needs a lot of room despite the actual setup for it is relatively small. It requires more room out of that. I believe it's like the radius is like 11 or so blocks, so yeah, but this circle should be enough as long as I put the beacon right here and then build it off of that. So I have this little area, so it should be relatively okay, and then that's eventually going to be like another cliffside that'll connect to the cliff actually over there, hopefully. But super simple. I added a blue tree because I think it'd be nice to have just a different tree, because I have pink and purple over here, and then I think it's orange and reddish over there. Yeah, I just wanted a blue one. But yeah, I expanded that, and then I got a couple items together, so we actually have a couple different things that we need to do today, concerning Gaia or just Botania in general. So what we could do is we could do the Titan Blood Pendant, but I don't care about that right now. We need to fight a wither. I have gathered the items that I need to make the pylons, I believe. I should have, at least. Yeah, they're in here. So I can make the pylons, but the thing that we're missing is the beacon, which is the most important part. And we have obsidian, we have glass. The problem was the nether star. And I said last episode that I would go to the nether and fight some other skeletons, and I did. I teleported around a couple different nether fortresses, and I used a couple different things. I made a cleaver, because this has something that's called severing. It used to be called beheading, but now it's called severing. And I think I added extra on there, I don't know, but it's severing 4. And that will just increase the amount of times you can drop. I also made this thing called a cobalt vein hammer. It's really just the vein hammer, because I was using that while I was making the Botania area, and I learned I don't like it. So what it is, essentially, is it's just a tool that will vein mine stuff, which is great when you actually have ores and stuff, and it will vein mine stone. It just does it in a way that's very uneven. And if you want something that's very, like, sporadic, kind of spiky, I guess, to a certain extent, that might look more natural, this is fine. But for me, I just like my hammer. This breaks more than a 3x3 area. It actually breaks quite a bit, but just not something that I'm super fond of. But I made it. It's not hard to make. It's right somewhere. This thing. Yeah, so it's just hammerhead, just pickaxe parts, just simple stuff. And then the cleaver is this part. So it's just it's a broad blade, tough handle, and a large blade. So, super easy. But I did that, and I actually got quite a few skulls, because I went mad, and I got 19 skulls. So, I went ahead, I'm gonna just grab 3, and then we need some soul sand. Yeah. And we're gonna go actually back to the nether, because this is where I want to fight the wither. Because I have learned that there's a way to do it with a bedrock ceiling. Now, whether if I'll do it correctly is a completely different question, but it's an option. And I'm just gonna grab like a couple junk blocks. Let's just grab some basalt, because I have a lot of that. And I think that's all I need. I have my sword. It's got sharpness on it. It also, I repaired it, so now it looks weirder. But what's the attack damage? 8.25. It's not too bad. I don't need anything specific otherwise. I mean, I could bring a bow and arrow, but if this goes correctly, I won't need it. But now that I say that, something's gonna go wrong. But I don't have feathers. Actually, before we do that, I don't know why. Because I don't have. Well, I have. How did I get 42 arrows? Oh, skeletons. That's how that works. I'm gonna grab this one. For Botania stuff, just for in the future, I believe I have chicken bait in here. I hope that I have chicken bait. I'm gonna go ahead and put some chickens down. And the reason why is because I don't want to have to wait later. We're gonna need the chickens because I need feathers, so we're actually gonna have to put these down, and then I'm gonna have to breed them, so it's still gonna take a second to get what I need, but this isn't even where I want to put the chickens. Well, I could put them over here for now. I'm gonna put them right here just because I'm using the grass area, and then I'll move them later, because I'm gonna have foodstuffs hopefully up there. I'm gonna trap myself in here, and that's not gonna work. How does this bait work? Oh, I got put water. I always forget how this bait works. Hang on. I need water. I'm completely sidetracked and I'm well aware. And I have a tank. Why did I come back? I need water. Not lava. Okay. Place more blocks. Like what? What do you take? What do you take? Place more blocks from the animal's home biome here. I don't know what that means. This is a nevermind project. Okay, I don't know what that means, and I don't have the time to figure that out right now, so I'm just gonna put things back, and we'll figure this out later. Because I want to go fight a wither. That is my priority, is the wither. So, let's go to the nether real quick. Because I did clear out an area that I think will work. Now, I will say, I did watch someone else do this, and I've watched a couple people do it before. I watch a lot of Minecraft content, believe it or not. But I've never done it myself. Usually with the wither, I just kind of either there's usually stuff that's like wither-proof blocks, and I just fight it in that, or I just hope that I do it right. But I built an area, I believe it's right here. Yes, so this is the bedrock ceiling. And from what I understand, you kind of want to have an area that's a 3x3 but with a hole in the middle. And I don't remember if I actually found something like that or if I just said screw it and we will continue. And I have a feeling I said screw it, but that's okay. Because even if this doesn't work, we should be strong enough to kill it as long as it doesn't go down. That is the hope, at least. So where was I? Where? I know I had to find something that resembled it. Maybe this will work here. Because it's like, as long as there's no blocks above, this... Well, no, this won't work. Well... No, that won't work. Okay, because I need space to put it down. 2 is the problem. I could have swore it was, like, somewhere... Oh, it was this. Was it this? We're gonna say yes. Okay. Because I believe... Let me think how this was. Because they had the wither lying flat. And I think I can do that. They had it, like, flat like that. And then it was, like, on some stuff. So the hope is that it'll push its way up, I think. And then if this doesn't work, I'm gonna be very upset. And I'm also going to turn my sound down. Because this is going to be very loud, regardless of it working or not. Okay. Okay. So, it's in the ceiling, and I can back up a bit because it's going to explode. My hope is that it doesn't keep going up. Ah! Oh no! I don't have to hit it. But the problem is that I don't know if it's gonna... I am hitting it, okay. I hope it drops the star where I can reach it. Oh, I can turn my magnet on, that might help. This is still really okay, this is cool that this is working as good as it is. I'm not getting hurt, it doesn't matter. I love that this is an exploit in normal vanilla Minecraft. I got the star, awesome. Your knowledge of death increased, that's awesome. I killed an undead boss. Yay, strong undead, and then I can turn my volume back up. Alright, we got another star. And that was super easy. I didn't even have to use my bow. Alright, cool. So let's go home. Where is home? Yeah, you could see, I haven't loaded in too much of the map, but I've loaded in a lot more because I could teleport around. I also, like, attacked a couple bastions because I never done that in normal Minecraft, let alone modded, so I just did it. I didn't get much that was helpful, but it was fun. It was an experience. So now I have the nether star so we can make a beacon and we can start actually working on getting towards the Gaia setup. Now, I will say, I did make some armor, and we'll see it over here. I did make the is it Elementium? What are you? Yeah, the Elementium stuff. Okay, it's just not showing up despite being on there. That's always awesome when that happens. Why are you like this? There we go. Okay. So I went ahead and made that because I know that's good for the Gaia fight because it makes fairies, but I also do know I probably need to upgrade it by giving it enchantments. And I did look a little bit more into this particular enchantment setup with the Eterna, Quanta, and Arcana. And I've discovered, so even though it says it right here, I can't read. So I want a lot of Eterna because it controls the strength, so it does the level, so it gives me higher level enchants, and then I want Arcana because it'll give me more of the rare enchants, which are probably the ones that are better. The Quanta, it says it controls the variance enchanting. I think it controls how random the enchants are, so when you enchant something, it might have, like if I enchant a book, it might have a lot of different stuff that applies to several different types of tools, and then I kind of have to choose. So I'm not so focused on variety. I really just want more of the specific stuff, which is the Arcana. And there's only a couple things that do Arcana. So, like, I made one end shelf, because that's all I could afford. End shelf. But it adds a little bit of everything. And it's not bad. It's just Dragon's Breath, Ender Pearl, a normal bookshelf, and then some endstone bricks. And then I can level it up from there, and I can make, like, a pearlescent end shelf, which just requires some end rods and stuff. Now, I haven't explored the end yet, so I don't have any end rods, but that would be something super simple that we can make, or I can just get some coarse fruit, because it just takes that and blaze rods, and I can make it. But I did enchant some books, but I do need access to more leather, which, again, goes into the whole bait problem that we have, because I need more of that. Now, I could make books with, like, the Tinker's Construct, but either way, it's still annoying. But I'm also not an expert enchanter. So even though I've enchanted a couple books, which I can go upstairs and show you guys. Do I not have glass? I have glass, I was about to say. It's still difficult for me to get the enchants that I want, so I put them up here. So I have a couple sharpness, protection, like lower protection levels, and then a couple like random ones in here. And I don't know what impaling means, but I'll take it. But I was making that because, like I said, I wanted to enchant the armor, but I'm just not a really good enchanter. Because the thing is, too, is, like, in my brain. So, in my brain, I thought the way that enchants worked is if you combine, like, a protection 3 and a protection 2, it would, like, combine them. Maybe not to 5, but, you know. And that's not how it works. At least not with what I've tried so far. But I haven't tried very much, to be utterly honest. I'm just not good at enchanting. Can I go to my map? Thank you. Turn my beacon magnet off, because I gotta remember to do that. So we're gonna make the stuff required for the setup, but I don't think we'll quite do it yet anyway, because like I said, I don't have the exact stuff ready. Now this is going to give me a terra steel ingot, which is what I'm going to need to activate it, but I'm not going to do that right now. But I will set up what it looks like, because that will be no problem. And I can tear down... I put my dirt, that piece of dirt, making everything a little harder for myself, because that's just how I do that. Okay. I need to break... I don't need that water. Break all this. Okay. But we can get it set up at the bare minimum, and then hopefully next episode we'll be able to actually do the fight. Let's see, what do you look like? Ritual of Gaia, can I have the setup? Thank you. Oh, I need some iron blocks, I forgot about that. But that's okay. You go in there. So I need iron, I think it's 9 iron blocks, and then that's it. So I can, though, use this dirt so I can put down these. There we go. Give it. I want to turn my magnet on, but I'm always scared that I'm going to pick up the coal from that system over there. I don't wanna. Okay, so I need to grab 9 iron blocks, and then that'll be it. That's super easy. Right here. 9. And then go back here. Oop. All right. And then beacon. Yay! So this, you just slap it with the terra steel ingot, and that'll start the fight. And I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not ready. Gaia's so hard for me. It's like, we just did the wither, and the only reason that we did that so quickly is because I stuck it in the ceiling. I can't do that with Gaia. I have such a hard time with Gaia, and I know part of it has to do with, like, I don't know if it's a thorns thing, but the magic purple goop-ish shadow thing, that. I hate it, because it gives me wither, and I can't do anything about it. There's nothing that prevents me from having wither, and drinking, just having so many buckets of milk doesn't help, especially because I want to have, like, potions that help me, and if I'm having to drink milk, it doesn't help. It doesn't help anything. But what we can do is prepare for it, by going back and doing some of the other ones. So one of the quests is the Tainted Blood Pendant. Now this is for water breathing, but I can use it... Excuse me, I can use this concept for other stuff later, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it now, make this particular one just because of the quest now, so y'all get to see. So, first of all, you just need a normal pendant, and it takes a gas tier, which I got some gas while I was in the nether, that was really nice, a mana diamond, and then some prismarine crystals, and then you get a Tainted Blood Pendant, and that completed the quest. I was not expecting it to. I was under the impression I had to make the water breathing one because that's what it recommended, but you know what? It says it needed it for the cult farm, and I don't need to do that. So you know what? I'll take it. I can put the rest of those items back. And I can actually use this blood pendant for what I want, which is, I believe, resistance. So what were the items needed for resistance? Because I did not plan for that, actually. Resistance... Brew of Magmeskin or blue... No, resistance 2, there we go. Oh, that's easy. It's leather, iron, ingot, and a nether wart. Let's go ahead and see if... I might not have the leather, which would suck. And that's the brew of Islesite. Ooh, I have leather. Okay, I'll take 1 leather. I'll take an iron ingot, and then a nether wart. There we go. And then it should be just as simple as just throwing it into the botanical brewery. I'm in a tree. There we go. Those trees are green on the map, so I keep clicking them thinking it's ground, and it's not. Okay. Slap that in the middle, and then boop, boop, boop. And then I think I need to aim the mana spreader at it. There we go, now it's starting to load. It says that's what'll make it, at least. I don't know how much mana this takes. It does not say. So, I'll let that be. I will say, thank you to the person that said to make a mana splitter, because I've never used one before, and I love it. It's such an easy concept of evenly spreading out all of the mana into these pools, so I don't have to keep changing what this is pointing at. It's so nice. Thank you. And there's a way I could, like, manipulate this, too. I could just keep having them go on forever and ever. Like, just have this go into another mana splitter to go to another splitter. I can have so many mana pools. I don't need them right now, but I could. But these are all filling up. I had to rearrange things a bit. But this is super nice, too, because I don't have to worry about the portal closing. Even though it's not using a lot of mana in the first place. I now automatically having mana come over here. The only thing is I would have to have... with the way at least I have it set up right now, I have to manually change which thing this is looking at. But it's not... They're equal right now, and it's not really gone down at all. And I've been on this for hours. So I'm not too worried about it. Now, I believe when this is done, it just pops off. I don't think I have to click anything. So I'm just gonna let that be, and I'll put this one away, because I believe that's just, yeah, night vision, and I don't need that. I can see just fine with the thousands of lanterns that I have scattered about the land. So, let's see. Now, some of the other stuff to prepare for Gaia, or really the only other thing that I can think of, is they do have this, says these might be handy for the Gaia fight. And of course, I might want to make more than one of each. First thing is the Thorn Chakram. And if I remember correctly, I get to throw it. It's kind of like a ninja star, but it'll come back to me, and I can throw more than one at a time. all it is a terrastone ingot and then some vines. And to make vines is just mossy cobblestone in the crushing wheel. And I've done mossy cobblestone by accident by putting cobblestone in water. So that was really easy to make. So I just got a lot of those and we just have to craft them. And the reason I'm going to craft it 3 times, now this is a little, might seem a little excessive, but that's because I can hold up to 6. I'm not sure if I can hold any more, but I've read up to 6. Now I can go to the next level and make flare chakrams, but I don't think I need to. I'm just gonna stick with the thorny ones. But I believe they come back after you throw them. Oh, here it comes! Okay, I got a little worried. But yeah, and they don't really seem to have, like, what's the word? Durability, so I could just keep throwing them. That took a second to come back, but that's okay. The next couple things, you have the Fallen Grenade, which I don't remember what these do, because I need to have the book to do that. If Fallen... So this, if I hold control... I don't know why this takes so long with the control button. Okay, it says, when the Fallen Grenade is a flower with angelic properties, it creates an aura of healing for mana to apply a regeneration effect to any players nearby. This is great, because it'll help with the wither effect that I have. So it'll heal me despite having wither. So it's really easy. It's just a Rune of Spring, white petals, yellow petals, and an orange one. So 2 white, 2 white. 2 yellow and 1 orange. I don't have any yellow. Do I have any flowers in here? Yes, I do. Okay. I was like, why don't I have any yellow ones? 2. Okay. And otherwise, it's pretty simple. You just throw them in the Petal Apothecary. And also, the Rune of Spring is just fire, water, and then wheat and 3 saplings. And I went ahead and already made a Rune of Spring. I needed wheat seeds. So this will be helpful. And of course, I can make more than 1. I'm just going to do the 1 right now. Yep. Haha! Ooh, I made 2. I made an advancement. So we have that. And then the last one is called a... Julia? Julia. I'm going to call it just Julia. From Drawfee. Sorry. I immediately forgot how to spell it. G-I-Y. I-Y-U. Okay. And what this does is... It says it's a flower that for a small mana drain keeps any nearby animals or monsters at bay, protecting a circular area from entry. This is really nice because the Gaia spawns monsters during certain phases. If I have this, now of course I'll still get shot by skeletons, but it'll at least push them away so I'd have that little less to worry about for that, and it should be a little easier to kill. I won't need as many of these as I would for the healing, because the healing, I believe I would want 1 at each corner. These I could possibly get away with just 2, because as long as I stand near the flower, the monsters can't get near me. I just have to worry about flowers breaking, which I don't think happens very often, but I do know it can happen, because it happened when I was doing this fight for Levitated. That was frustrating. But this is really easy. It's just water, air, pink petals, purple petals, and light gray. And this is going back to my earlier problem of feathers. I cannot make runes of air because I don't have chickens. I don't have any feathers, and the only way I can get feathers, unfortunately, is through chickens. The only reason I've had feathers before is because chickens have spawned on zombies, and I killed those by accident. I did try to keep them, I swear. So... this is almost done, but not quite. So I'm going to need to figure out how the bait works so that way I can get some chickens, and then we can worry about that later. But we are at the end of this episode, which is perfectly fine. So in between episodes, my plan is to go ahead and try to get this particular flower, the Julia. Nope, said that worse that time. And then also try to figure out some of the bait. For the chickens specifically, I'm going to go ahead and get those just spawned. So I'm not going to worry about doing that on camera. I'll explain that to you guys whenever I can get it to work. Of course, obviously, it's wanting a particular environment. I'm in a snowy taiga mountains, so it's not the biome that's the problem. It's just it needs to pretend that it's in the biome. But I'll figure that out, get some chickens going, get some feathers, and then we'll go from there, and hopefully we'll be able to fight Gaia next episode. I will also try and figure out enchanting. I will not promise that it'll be good, but I will try to figure it out. So yeah, we'll worry about that then. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any tips, tricks, or anything like that, please put it down in the comments below. I do want to quickly say, I know we're past episode 50 already, but I do greatly appreciate all of you that watch these episodes, especially when you watch them all the way through. I just, it's so great, and it just makes me so happy to know that there's some of y'all that actually really enjoy my content. I feel like sometimes I'm just blabbering away, but it just makes me so happy. Hey, it's done. But yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys. I just really appreciate it. But I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!